So okay, so let me remove this one. Okay, don't worry about. So in Git now, there are two things that you can do. Whether you can go to your location. So the first one is like you already got a repository that you've created and you want to use Git Bash. So what do you need to do? The easiest approach is for you to, in your Windows or whatever, go to that location, right click on that location and say Git Bash here. That is the easiest approach. You can also use CMD as well. You can use CMD as well, I mean the command prompt, but the easiest approach is for you to just go to that location. So like I'm going to do that right now. So let's say I'm at this location, I just say right click and say git bash here. So that should bring my git bash at this point. So I can now say git status. Git status will tell you what is the status of the files in your repository. So it's always good to do that. And this is very, very important. So if I change to another location, let's say cd blah blah, so and I say git status on this location, it's going to tell me that this is not a repository. So you always know that you need to do your git bash in a location. So I can go to that location, cd git training. So it's now here. The other one that it shows here is not showing whether it's a master. It's not showing the branch for me. But as you can see, the one that has got a repository inside is got a branch for me. So I can go in there and I can say git status to get the status of that particular repository. And it's so it says it's now up to date, basically. Okay, but this is the one that is up to date, but I'm looking for this one. This one is not up to date. So if I change my repository now, I can do cd blah blah going back. So now cd git. So I want to go to this one. Okay, so cd git training. So this is another repository that I've got. So when I say git status on that one, you can see this particular one that I had before says that everything is up to date. Let me increase this one. So let's see if I can increase the font so that it's easy to read text. Yeah. Just pick it any big number. Okay. Okay, maybe so that's.
Sorry to interrupt. I've tried to send a message on the chat. How do I get this page on Mac, please?
You need to install. You need to go to your terminal.
Okay.
On Mac, if you go to your terminal and you go Git installed, that's the page you're on.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. Then you need to navigate to where your repository is stored.
All right. So, sorry, how do I navigate to it on the terminal?
Oh. So since you are using Mac, you need. Okay. You need to. Okay. All right. So, do you know where your file is stored? Hello?
You mean the repository I created, right?
Yeah.
Oh, on the local. Okay, let me look for it. I know.
So you just need to cd, right? Where's my terminal? cd, for those guys, done. It's basically like a change directory anyway. So done. So what's this one? Okay. So for what you have, let's say command prompt, similar to that cd. So you just need to cd to the location that your files is stored, and that should take you to the place basically. Once you are there, and you can do your git status on that location. As you can see, I've got mine stored in this location. So the same way in your file also, you need to navigate. So all right, cool. So, and if I do git status at this point, so as you can see, this is saying that I've got 2 files, right? That's ready. So now I'm going to start all over again. So just pay attention. So, and go with me on how to go from end to end and to get to this particular location. First thing I need to do right now is I go to file just to create a repository, easy approach. And I'll say, let me call this one now Blue Sky. Right? So, and I want to initialize the repository with a README. I want to do my git ignore with Java, and I want to say yes. So I can click on create repository. So then I can publish this repository. I want to make it public. Okay. Now, if I go into my location now, I've got this second one as just new one. I can right click on it. Before I do that, let me close this bash. So I can right click on it. I can say git bash here. That is one way of doing it. Or I can open my git bash and then navigate to where the location is. So I can just say okay. So as you can see, I'm kind of navigating to the location. So then see the blue git. Okay, that's it. And once I get to that location, my branch is appended. You can see it, my branch is appended to the location. It shows that I'm on the master branch. By default, the branch that is going to create for you is the master branch, and that's it. And I can say git status, show the status of my git of my repository. It's saying that on master branch, your branch is up to date with origin master. Origin master is the remote master. So my local is my local. So origin master is from the remote repository. So nothing to commit, everything is fine. So that's basically it. So now I can go in this particular file. This is what is there right now. My Git attributes, my Git ignore, and the README folder. That's what you have. In the Git attributes, you can see it's kind of ignoring all the jar files and all the zip files and all the raw files. So that's what it's ignoring, and also ignore all these .class. It's ignoring the log. It's ignoring all the text files, so that when all these type of files that in your Git ignore is not going to be pushed to your repository. I mean your remote repository. So if you want to ignore a file, you just put it in your git ignore file, basically. So all this one showing that, okay, I don't want package files and I don't want any files with your class in there. So, and I don't want log files as well. So being pushed. So, okay. So now let's create another. So that means, for instance, if I go into my repository, so I see this repository Git training 2. As you can see, this is what I have. So for instance, now let's do a quick example. So I'm creating a text file and I'm calling this, let's say, test. Okay. And so if you come into my Git now, I say my Git bash and I say Git status, it's going to see that I've added one file. So, and it's going to say, oh, you've added one file. So, and it's also telling you what you need to do. Sometimes it's a good way to just check to see, oh, what you need to do. It said you got on track file. The next thing to do is add the file. To add the file, use git add and the name of the file. So more often, the easiest approach I'll be telling you is just say git add, then space dot. That will add all the files. But you can add a specific file by just saying text, yeah, dot txt, because that's the name of the file. But if there are more than one file, you can just say git add dot. That will add this particular file. So if I say now git status, so can you see it's not telling me that, okay, it's no longer telling me I need to add it. It's been added. So the next one is telling me now, for me, I've got changes that need to be committed. So what do I need to do? I need to commit this change. So that's the next thing. So what do I need to do? I say git commit. So then I put a message -m. What's the message I want to say? Let's say, oh, I've added test.txt file. And I can say, and yeah. So it's not telling me that, oh, this is not added. So once you've now committed it, the next one, because for instance, let's go to our repository here. Nothing is not here. But in my local, it is there, as you can see that we have it on our files. So I can continue working on this particular file. So until it is ready for me to push it and say, okay, now new update to the file, and I can save it. Once I do that, I have saved. Let's say, okay, so for purpose of everybody to see what I did. So, and I come here again, I say git status as well again. It's going to tell me that, oh, that file is now modified. What do I need to do? I need to do the same thing again. git add. Okay, git add. I can, for sake of others that want to know another way to do that, is this is now the file name. But for easy, just say git add dot. That adds everything. But you can do that. So git add the name of the file. So if I do git status now, so it turns to green and it's telling me I've got changes. As we know, the next one is git commit. Then with -m, I can say, okay, updated the text file. And I can say enter. So if we still go back to our repository online, this is our remote repository. I've got my local, this, but it is local to me. Nobody will see it because it's still local to me. So, but if I go into this one, as you can see, nothing is there, right? That new file is not there yet. So, but now for me to make the files to go to this particular, to that repository, I need to do, who can actually tell me what I need to do? Anyone? Who knows what I need to do for that to go? Thank you, Dami. Thank you. Yeah, git push, right? So I just need to say git push. So git push. So now it's going to ask me for, yeah, to ascertain or to verify my credentials. So hopefully I'm able to remember it. Okay, cool. So now that it's that linked, so if I go into my low repository and I refresh, I'm expecting to see the file. Okay, which is really brilliant. Okay, so I'm not seeing the file. Who knows why? No. I think I have showed the reason before, but I didn't actually say. Okay, I'll come back to that. Maybe I will tell you why. So let's add another file and do the same thing. Then you'll be able to know why this does not actually show. Or hopefully, if anyone knows, let me see. Okay, if anyone knows that, but I'll come back to that. So now let me add another file, new, but this time around an XML file. Let me call this test script. Okay. So, and it's got nothing inside. And if I do git status, I've got a file in there, and I can do git add now. And next, what is the next one, guys? What's the next one that I need to do after that? Okay, commit. Okay, someone said I need to push to origin master. Okay, we see about that. Okay. Okay, pull. Okay, someone said pull. No, okay, for now, I need to, as you can see, it's add, commit, and push. So it's actually followed the order alphabetically. The first one is add, the next one is commit, and the next one is push, basically. So we commit M. So let's say added test script. So now, like I said, the next step is git push. Okay. So let's now see what we have on here. Let me refresh. So I've got one branch and it's got the master 77 minutes ago. And it's got the initial commit, which is these ones, which is that training for blue sky. So all right, so now so for that to go, no, you don't have correct access to the service. I thought it was the git ignore, but unfortunately it's not that reason. Okay, Larry said git push remote master URL. Okay, I don't think you need the URL anyway because it's already cloned from the URL. So basically, git push origin. Okay, so you don't. I don't think you need the URL. So yeah. So oh, this is not the right one. This is the training 2. This is training 2. So let's go back a bit. This is the right one. Okay. So I think, yeah, it's already there anyway. So yeah. So I'll go through this again once more. So you can see it's already here anyway. So apologies, I was checking the wrong place. So let's say now, no, even I will not do that. I will just do updates, and let's say I now try to create a branch of this one. So to create a branch, okay, before I do that, I just want to ask any question. I've got the slide for the other part. Any question? So it said it needs to be alias. No, that's, I think it's already done anyway. So okay. All right, quickly for those guys that are still finding it difficult, I'm going to do another one quickly. So for me to add to that repository, so I create another file. So initially I thought this one was not going through because it's a T, but because my ignore has got this particular loop file, but it's not actually. So I'm going to add another file. This time around, let me say it's an image file. Let's say it's test evidence, right? So, and if I go to my Git repository, Git status. So I've got that. So let me add another one as well. So let's this time around, maybe it's going to be a folder. Let's say this is requirement. And in there, I need to add a requirement with okay. So what do you need to do? Check Git status. So what do you do next? Who knows? Let's quickly. After that, what's the next? What's the next, guys? Git add. Thank you. Git add. Okay. Git add. I just want to add everything. So after that, what is the next one? Git commit. Thank you. Git commit. So I need to put message. So, and my message will be inside the code. So what is that? So added spec evidence. After that, so let's quickly check that now. So because last time we were checking a wrong location, so we just committed now. So let's refresh this environment. Okay, so we are not having that right now. So then what is the next thing, guys? What do we need to do next? Git push. Thank you. So git push. So that is actually going to the remote actually. So as you can see, so if I refresh here, so as you can see, the requirement folder is there. So basically it's there. So, and also the evidence is as well there. So that is the basic thing. To be honest, if you're able to grasp this, I think it is okay. You just be doing that. So, and it might be sufficient for you if your company has got a simple branching techniques or Git strategy, basically. So now I will move to the other part. If there's any question, so guys, thank you so much. I think a lot of people are following, so which is really great. So, and going back to, so yeah, I've covered this Git add, and with okay. So instead of using the UI, you could as well create your repository, right, using Git init. So you can say you go to your repo to Git bash and say Git init, and you put your directory, or you just say Git init on that particular directory, and that should create an empty repository for you. But if you don't know what you are doing, I will advise you to start using a GUI for that. Then also you can also use Git clone. Okay, let's try to see that quickly now. So you would, when you start at a place, they might already have a repository and they will ask you to go and clone it. Like I said, cloning is basically copying. So now for you guys, I've already created this repository. So your assignment is basically to clone it before next week. Yeah. So clone this particular repository. What you need to do is it is a public repository. So what you just need to do is in there code. It's going to give you that location. So once you have that, you just copy, right? And you can as well open in GitHub desktop or open in Visual Studio. That's also is possible, but don't download zip. If you download zip, you are not cloning. You are only copying to your repository, and you then need to add it later. So, but to clone, you just copy this particular location and go to your repository or to your Git batch rather. So now I'm going to go to a location. Okay, just to make it easy for people so that you can have visibility. So I've got a Git. This is a Git location for me, but I need a new location because I'm going to be cloning another repository, basically. Because you are cloning another repository, you would put it in a different location. It's not going to be a location that you already used. So I'm going to say this is now my new location. Just create another folder in that location. So, and I can call it blue sky. Let me say clone. Let me say that's my location now. So if I go to my Git bash and now need to navigate to that place, from here, I can do that from here. For the guys that kind of, well, I don't know how to do that, just right click in there and say Git bash here. It takes you directly to that location that you've created. Then in that location, you can just say git clone and then open and close brackets and then copy that what you've paste what you've copied, that particular location that I have, and enter. So if you now go into that location that I've created, you will see there you go. Yeah, so I've got a clone version of that. Can you see that? So that's basically it. So what's going to happen is the same way also for you guys as well, right? You can then change because it's public actually. So let's say, where's that? Okay. And so if I go to the second location, right, this particular new one that I've created, the clone one, right? And I can now go to the requirements and open this file. And I said, oh, this is a cloned version. Okay. Okay. Now, what I need you to do, guys, now, which is going to be the assignment for the next one, is for you to clone this location. And on this particular Excel, write your name and message to the it could be like the G-O, that's my name. I don't like love it. Okay, let's say you put something like that and you save. So this is what I want you to do. Clone that location, put your name. So I want to see everyone's, match. We need to do you need to add it and push it and So, and once you save it, it should go, let's go into our repository, into our Git, and do Git status. Okay, none. Yeah, sorry. So this is not a repository, which is good. So the where our it's actually at this location is not here. So I need to navigate to that place. Git cd blue sky. So that is where it is. Or I can go in there and then go inside, basically. So as you can see, one thing that can give you an indication is when you have your branch appended with the location. So git status, you have two files that have changed, and then you can say git add git commit. Oh, okay. So who knows what's the problem here? Quickly, who knows what the issue is? So what is the issue? I've made a mistake. Yeah. Anyone? Quickly. So I've put git commit and I've put updated file, and it's telling me this. So do you know what the problem is? Anyone? Thank you, Larry. So yeah, so that is, yeah, and in the M, which is the message, basically, -M. So if you don't have that, then you can see the error. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, was good. So then after that, git push. Okay. So the assignment now is for everyone to clone this repository, add your name, add your message, and I want to see that next week. So, and before we go now, this is kind of a bit difficult. So we're going to look at branching quickly for the next few minutes that we have. But if you don't get it, you don't need to worry at all. So you can as well have branches actually. So one thing I can say, git checkout. So okay, quickly before I do that, I've got to cover. Sorry, I'm running. So yeah, so I've covered the clone config. You can have the config to set your author name and everything. So, but this, if you start from on the GUID is going to allow you to do that. So we've done the git add as well, git commit and the message, git status. So that's fine. So the next one is we've been able to do the git add as well, so get it from the remote. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the git fetch. It's really good for you to fetch your branches. If you are going to be working on branches, you need to be able to use git fetch. So that actually fetch all your remote branches, so you know what on all the branches that you have. And also when you want to, for instance, I will also advise you, okay, before you start, so because other people would be working on this master branch, before you start, after you cloned and you push, please do git pull. So git pull will just pull your latest of the repository into your local, so you're able to see that. So it's really a very good exercise to do that every time, so that you get the latest changes on your local repository. So we've done the git push. So, and yeah, so let's go to the branch right now. So quickly, because of our time. So now I'm going to say, so if I quickly say, so to list the branches that we have, you can just say git branch. As you can see, it's only showing master. So, but now I can create a new branch. Yeah, I can create a new branch to say git branch, then the name of the branch. So let's say I want to call my branch. Can someone give me a name quickly? A name quickly that can call the branch. Okay, review Citadel. Let's go with reviews. Okay, because it comes first. Review. So that is my branch. Okay, cool. So now let's say I say now I want to do the git branch to list the branches that I've got. So now I've got reviews. Let's add other branches with it. Git branch. So someone says Citadel. So we now have that git branch to create another branch. Gift rate. Okay, so let's say we have another branch also, git branch. Sky. However, so now this is where it becomes interesting. You might not have branches like this, basically. So professionally, you have branches that will be called like this: git branch, dev, git branch, test. So, and like if you are kind of in that, or you have a branch that you call for that particular story that you are working on, git branch. So let's say I'm working on login, something like that, because login feature. So you will have that. So let's say we now list all the branches that we have. Git branch to list all the branches that we have. But each one of us might be working on this branch. So that's what the purpose of the branching. So you would pick one branch, or you might have your own local branch, or say, okay, maybe Git branch JG. This is my own personal branch. When I finish, I'm going to merge it. So that is the purpose of having branch, so that you can work independently of the other guys. So, and you can as well delete the branch using git delete, git -d rather. So like for instance, if let's say we created testing error, so I say git branch -d and we can say test. So that is deleted. So, and if you now say git branch, so as you can see, test is gone. That's how to delete a branch. But bear in mind, don't delete someone else's branches. So it's really not great. So it's possible it can be fired, to be honest, for that purpose, if you need to know what you're doing. So, and as well, you can as well rename a branch as well. So, okay, because of the time, yeah. So there's also git branch A, so which it's the same, similar to git branch. So that also list your branches, git branch A. So sorry. So yeah, also list the branch and with the remote branches. So for now, if you go to our repository, everything is the same. So you can push what you've done into your remote environment and even all the branches as well. So git push. So, okay. So this is my, okay. All right. Because I've just created, sorry, I've just created the branches. I've not actually gone to use the branch actually. So quickly, pardon me a few minutes. So now let's say I'm a developer right now. So I want to use the branch. What do I do? I will say git checkout. I'm working on the master. So I'll just say git checkout my branch name, which is dev. So as you can see, it turns back to dev right now. So if I make any changes to this particular environment, so let's say now I say, no, not this one, because this is just a file. Let's say I go into this one and I say the oh, sorry. So I say the okay. And I save it. And then can I make a clone? Can you clone a branch as well? No, you don't clone a branch actually. You check out a branch. So you clone your repository, but you check out your branch. So I hope that is clear. So okay. So okay. So if you now say git status on my dev branch, see I've got this one. So I can say git add and as well. Oh, so unable to find that. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so git add and then git commit a branch. Oh, sorry, I tend to forget this. Okay, then git push. So if you refresh now, you should see the so, and I've got master, so it's still there. So now hold on 1 minute. Oh, what did I do? Cool. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. Cool. Okay, I think I've mistakenly. Okay, let me quickly do this. Git checkout. Okay, so I'll close this one. I think it's a bit confusing because this has got the master on the same location. So I'll quickly change that. And git add. So if I check here, okay, 1 minute, let's comment. I'm expecting to have more than one branch here. Oh, okay, sorry. I think I need to do, because it's a new branch, so you need to push it to upstream. So you say git push, or push, then set. That's first thing you need to first do, dash set. Oh, sorry, set. To be honest, Git is so, I think it's user friendly. It's going to tell you if you make any mistake, you can actually read what it's telling you there. So now I think if that finishes, I should be able to see another branch here. So it's got two branches now. So, and that's one branch, that's another branch. So, and then after that, what do I need to do? I need to, if I finish my branch, so what do I need to do? I need to do git merge master. So it said already updated. So, and so that's that. So yeah. Hold on. Okay, so we unfortunately, because of our time, I will not be able to do a pull request. So I think quickly, if time permits, let me just quickly from here. I think you can actually do a pull request, create a pull request here, and then new pull request. Pull request is one that allows you to merge from one, yeah, from one environment to from one branch to the other. So I want to merge from. So I want to merge from dev branch into my master. So I want to do that from into master. So, and I can use that. Compare the changes. So it's showing 0 change files. Really? Okay. So from dev to master. Really? I'm expecting. Okay. Okay. So okay, from dev to master. Sorry, I think it's the other way around. In DevOps is the other way around actually. So you just put your comment here and then create a pull request. Okay, we will still have time to go through in our automation with this one. So because we are going to be pushing all the code into Git. So and so lastly, before I go, so the assignment now is for you to clone this particular repository. So clone this repository, I'm going to send it to you. So clone that repository and then make changes to this particular file. So put your name, and as well, try to also use branch as well. So then match your branch to master. So I'll see you guys next week. Any question before I leave quickly? All right. So apologies for the time. So yeah, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for the time. So, and cheers, everyone.